the dark side and give them hell's fury. And show me somebody on the planet that handle that. And I'll show you a body that's open just like a saddlebag. Candle wags, that's how I move them down. My aim flawless, I never mess around. Move at perfections, praise, taking out these clowns. In other words, you against me, then you going down. I said I kill them all, I could kill them all. I got more bodies than the morgue, now who next to fall? Who next to find out what it's like for them to hit the wall? So hard that when I'm done, ain't nothing left at all. I kill them all, I think I kill them all.
Shocked as my walking around. May they never rest in peace. May I rest on them and inaudible requiem. Hit hard to the chest of them. I'm beckoning. Who on his head and on a mountain peak is the sinister. The end is what I'm giving. Yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Living all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. Standing they fall as they hand them the yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. Standing they fall as they hand them the jaw. Haymaker, slave player, shake haters greater than a golden snake. People break the golden gate, leave them in a sword and say, hold the weight that motivates the fake to go escape before I break and straight and low my hate them to they face. Boy, everything you own I take, and it in my enemies, no weaponry will slow my pace. Generous with genocide and those who standing in my way, settle them like sediment. My throne is planted on their graves. Sip your sympathy for homelessness and your meekness for holy roll. Yo, I got a vote to make and it's the femur of a former foe. Slow your raw genius with a mean fist and a broken soul. Hold your hoe up, beating me if suddenly you're feeling bold. I'm a beast and you're the bottom of my food chain. Show you I'm the chief and leave you rotting on my crusade. You brought at least another option to amuse me. Quote me on fist upon your heart before you move. Yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as I hand them the yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as I hand them the yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as I hand them the jaw. Don't say I didn't warn you, son. Don't blame me when you get cut down. Should've known better. Use one.
This here is a boy when I'm holding down. None of those are keep the noises down. When I'm the scenes where your voices frown. And that's that, 2 seconds flat. Guess who it's me and my crew, check them out. Only a jack can keep up with a rap. That lead these idiots a reason to run track. You don't know my style, but I'm out. Learn a tactic with a gal that's so proud. Got you weather and out, turn it down when you can't put a finger on how I'm about proud. You never want my open tea. Never turn your back when there's more for me. Good time, but it ain't more than these cows. And that's all you see. Eyes open, there's more than a season. Ears open, there's more than a rhyme. Mouth open, there's more than a reason. So it tastes better than you can find. Mind open, there's more than a feeling. Still hoping there's more than a sign. Better know that you won't get killed when the rest of these fools are on it. Keep forward in the fight of my life. Couldn't kill me if I was blind at night. What you gonna do when my eye is right? But thirsty, and my eye beside is you. Taking shots at me, refusing death. Never knowing what's ahead of each breath. Bodies that are dead remind me who's slept for a second. And I reckon they forgot checking what's true. You thought killing was cool. From a young AZ, shit, what's new. The same place when they were staying in school. Till he found out the villain was you. Now it's all about survival of this. When it's my time to trial, then the witness ain't gonna be able to say your word. My face are blurred, cause they like the right kind of fit. Eyes open, there's more than a season. Ears open, there's more than a rhyme. Mouth open, there's more than a reason. So it tastes better than you can find. Mind open, there's more than a feeling. Still hoping there's more than a sign. Better know that you won't get killed when the rest of these fools are on it. I can see if it's a coffin. This is on my open, I'm picking that often. Lost it. Translation to hell, then I face I couldn't tell. Then I pace on the flow with caution. I can feel your cup closing. Take another drink and I'm sure that the potion won't cut it when your toes don't run in the direction I flow with a forward motion. Your mind just wanna keep moving faster than your flow can find. That sentence where your hands show penance and your eyes will run into the path you ride. Grow up, boy, you're still teething.
right now. You see my face, but by then it's way too late. One time, soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. Soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. As I step on the scene, right left from the screen, man down, I'm a king. Getting green is a dream, if you know what I mean. Come and step in the ring. Or better yet, the arena. The harder the challenge, the larger the greener. No joke when it comes to mine. For the right price, stand up next in line. No money, no honey, no honey, slim tummy. Next stop, skid row, straight bummy. It's not funny when you can't survive, so you better stay paid or you might as well die. And I can help you with that. Turn around, let me hit you in the face with a bat. Stack of money is a task ahead, even if I gotta take it out your ass, my man. Soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. Soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. It's kinda ill when you think about it. Population controlling the game overcrowded. I doubt there's a problem with me, cause I'ma take them all out for just the right thing. Right knee, left hook, head, butt. Raw flesh, this bones ripped up. Never up if you think it can hang. It's never personal, it's all for the change. And the ladies in the cars, nice things, and they think that I want for the bling. Man, I'm all in my hood, I can't fuck little punks get done when it comes to the hero. I don't think that you wanna be a hero. One with the T-O, I'm never coming to clean. It's the American dream, you like anything for the paper. This is next, no trip, just come on shit. Soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. Soon enough, I'ma make me a million. Even if the results will be killing. Fast cars only gotta be true, even if I gotta take out you. I told you, I don't play when it comes to my dream. You know what I mean. War is all I need to see, that is all you mean to me. Death will equal victory, carnival of energy. Shots are flying, bodies laid, no mercy, you got to pay. Y'all ain't heard, I get a rush, you'll be next, no need to rush. Stand alone, cause I'm the one, not I'm here to help you, son. It'll come, the time is now. Take your keys and lay it down. Saving cash and blood is flat, laughing out the aftermath. Rock, 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 get the party on, party on, party on. Rock, 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 get on to my door. See the best that alone more. Rock, rock, rock. Yes, yes, be my guest. Must confess I love this stress. Any test, whatever's next. This outcome is of the best. Promise you never regret. Flying by is not so fresh. See no fear, I guess. Proving I'm the craziest. So precise, neck is slice. No man crying, time to fight. Energy is multiplied. Miles of flesh is getting fried. With my blade across his high. Love is war, ain't never lie. Heart is all within the mind. Then we shot the push for wine. Rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll. Get the party on, party on, anymore. Rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll. Get on your body, go. See the best that alone in war. Rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll. Get the party on, anymore. Rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll, rock, rock, roll. Get on your body, go. See the best that alone in war. Rock, rock, roll. Racist thought, I love this sport, do no good, wish you would, do no good, cause I could, I really should, good, thoughts in school, knowledge rule, chance to play, body's laid, days to day, just away, say the day, it's time to play, rock, roll, rock, roll, get the party on, anymore, rock, roll, rock, roll, get on to the body, go, see the best that alone in war, rock, roll, rock, roll, get the party on, anymore, rock, roll, get on to the body, go, see the best that alone in war, rock, roll, love is war, yes it's a war, all I know is pain, blood flows like rain, rock on. Hey yo, it's getting kinda crazy right now, man. These cats really think they can take me out, but I body rappers, man, I'm a beast, and you know it don't stop. Don't stop, stop, spitting with that venom till they drop, drop, hitting them with everything you got, still show 'em how you rock, rock, don't stop, stop, don't move, check it out, reckon get to the rules to recognize who's who. You step up and you lose everything, your crew keeps a weaponry, no crews, choose your second screw rules, left to check the case, mate, slay them quick as they come, wait on my kick is a ton, straight at the tip of my tongue, saying that, driving for crawling these diamonds, talk with a heart with a line, it's far from an awful assignment, they calling it rhyming, but I'm calling it war, and I'm calling for more, as I'm sharpening my sword, watch it fall to the floor, from a floor to a floor, battling, part of my soul, shattering, thoughts in the close, action, I call for withdrawal, the flow ain't letting you go, and so ain't the heads that I roll, but don't get ahead of me forward, you'll be the head that is rolling, mic check, time's up, next defender get him primed up for dying, line him up, don't stop, stop, spitting with that venom till they drop, drop, hitting them with everything you got, still show 'em how you rock, rock, don't stop, stop, don't stop, stop, spitting with that venom till they drop, drop, hitting them with everything you got, still show 'em how you rock, rock, don't stop, stop, yo, my syllables take this killing, don't quick on the witness, skillfully spit with a liquid flow, take a sip and then tip the pro, typical pen that can penetrate mental and physical, dental and ventricle, permanent temporal curse with a blessed flow, ain't no slowing and stopping, stalling the bars and to catch your breath, you'll catch your death by the rollers, I'm dropping over the top of my underground style, under abundance of clouds, rowdiest crowds try to jump at my crown, but I'm hunting them down, and I'm cutting them down, getting blood to my sounds, just a stump with a found, ain't no chunks in my pound, just some ravenous wolves, battered and bruised, animals that are known for damage and fools, cannibalistic niggas, savages spitting danger, cats on a trip to take us, pack them to beat the maker, so like chat, time's up, next defender get them primed up for dying, line them up, don't stop, stop, spitting with that venom till they drop, drop, hitting them with everything you got, still show 'em how you rock, rock, don't stop, stop, don't stop, stop, spitting with that venom till they drop, drop, hitting them with everything you got, still show 'em how you rock, rock, don't stop, stop. See the difference between them and me is I'm a real MC. I was born for battling, I was bred for this, man. So I tell you what, keep lining them up and lining them up, and I'll keep knocking them down. That's right, man. Muse one, scribbling idiots. And we out.
Vid fights don't exist. I'm in the cut watching you, watching, waiting for my time. Ain't no rules in war. Laughing at you. Me, anybody coming this way, I see. Stand tall, you so small to me. Tunnels up with my enemy. Watch for the seats. This right here is strategy. Every move making, I make it green. Now you wanna leave on your knees. Laugh at you, I see. Those are the boys that trying to fight. Time to die, his neck is stripes. Crime that he never had a chance to fight. Guess he got it down tonight. Everybody know I like to fight. And this quickly take his life. One last chance, he out of breath. Hit him with the death blow through his chest. If you know the boy, you die. Me run you and you don't ride. Death is falling from the sky. That's you high. Like the one from in the crowd. Watch the close, they got my eyes. These get like a waste of time. Laughing at you high. Watch the slightest bump for me. All I know is victory. Gotta get to it by any means. But watch back or you get green. I ain't your hands on see the weak. Break you down and see the feet. War could have had another fool, my friend. Watch me stand until the end. Jumping on them, then attack. Smack, smack. Ringing his back. Coward, something you may be. Yawning at your D.I.E. Talk about a fight, you dare to speak. Cut him up again until he leaks. Head deflating, now his cheeks. Ain't no bleeding for the weak. If you go to war, you die. Me versus you and you can fly. Death is falling from the sky. I laugh at you high. Like too much from tears I cry. Watch too close, they got my eyes. These get like a waste of time. Laughing at you high. Run to the idiots come to play. That's what for me, yeah, hooray. Cheer them on, enjoy the scene. So I'm ready to swipe and clean. In the cut, but I see clear. Nobody knows that I'm in here. Should I stay or should I go? Feeling down my cue to show. Blah, blah, I run this. Blah, blah, another hit. Looking so sad and crying to leave. Now you stay and I am bleed. Don't you believe, now you pray. Only chance you have is pray. Hope to see a better day. Sorry for you, it's not today. If you go to war, you die. Me versus you and you can fly. Death is falling from the sky. I laugh at you high. Like too much from tears I cry. Watch too close, they got my eyes. These get like a waste of time. Laughing at you high.
something colorful. Fuel injection action from my finger to my collarbone. 160 seconds as I'm blasted through the danger zone. Double time and rhyming, stomping on a dime. When the loop can take it like you know I'm talking in my time. Barriers are broken from the subsonic wave. I'm all gassed up knowing that the fast lane.
Life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane. All I want is speed up to my mind. I'm saying 3, 2, 1, go! Spark up the ignition, it's no fearing that I'm out of here. Fastest man alive, never take off to the atmosphere. Pump it, neutral, drop it, watch me burn it on the open road. Speeding round the corner, who can eat my dog? Damn slow, rock and roll ignition, rapid disposition. I'm blasting supersonic on a fuel injected mission. Carbureted intake, fossil fueling with the turbo boost. Cross the finish line because I'm cranking one juice.
Buckle up with safety cause they know about the blast slow. Looking over records, told you son you better back off. Speeding like a demon, must be dreaming that my ass roll. Faster than the speed of sound.
Life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane.
All I want is to speed up till I find.
I'm saying 3, 2, 1, go! Black rocket afterburner, this winter watch me flow. Iron eagle in a ditch, once the tower shake the roof. Train conductor, locomotive, riding solo, full of brakes. Past the point of no return, we're heating up the intake.
I'm like tornado, probably really fatal. When I'm rapping all my shit, they like 808. All the competition can get left in the pit. Supercharger in your lane, cause I'm just so fast.
Life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane.
All I want is to speed up till I find.
I'm saying 3, 2, 1, go! Life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane.
All I want is to speed up till I find.
3, 2, 1, go!
You think this is a lyrical competition? This isn't the rap game, man. This is the fast lane, son. Oh, you think you're the equivalent to number one? But I'm far past Mark 11 in this ish, man. I'm just following the rules of the road, you know? You wanna try following the rules of the road yourself, kid?
I'm saying 3, 2, 1, go! Life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane.
All I want is to speed up till I find.
Hey, homeboy, here's driving with the e-brake on. Get ready to enjoy the essence of my exhaust pipe, brother. Let's go!
This is your man V-Styles. Right now we reminiscing in the days of old. Salute to all my fallen soldiers. I reminisce of a time gone. I never thought I would be in a war zone. Salute recipe to my man John. We got a drum on. In other words, in the early morning. Get chicks in the suite. Casino comps in a large room full of drinks. It's what we mean that we out there take a ride. Suicide if it's right, you're my brain fried. You was a true friend. I never thought it would come to an end. Just remember them good days. Hey, how much of my brother is in space? The anniversary, y'all, we gotta celebrate. So tomorrow's war, we never hesitate. We like a problem, y'all, you get your face hurt. You get some bum on the street, you gonna get hurt. Then when we get to the end, you're gonna get hurt. Get hurt. Drinking all night, straight spending my cash. Let a fist fight, stay kicking some ass. Having a blast. Got the whip, put it in drive, yeah, I'm flying him. Immature squad when I'm on the trip. Living real good, yeah, cost the grip. Some random bitch, we ain't having it. Living like kings, like life is good. Got that luck, better knock on wood. One another hand, yeah, you wish you could. Talk a little slick, man, I wish you would. Saw your hand game, man, you ain't that good. Keep it simple, dog, hope it's understood. Train that could. I'm the train that could. Smile, we reminisce of the days of old. Salute to all men whose stories are told. With pride, we celebrate the days of old. It's time to recognize and honor the foe. Save my life, stop that man from losing that knife. Had a lot of sense when you just might. Coming with the heavy, never take it light. Breathe real hard, yeah, I know he's tight. If he was a bit, wouldn't lose his fight. Never miss a man that was in his sight. When I said he was quite alright. When it came to war, understood the plight. Honor that man, never had a fight. Never was a force, he was on the right. He walked his team, better watch your step. Gotta take him out, gotta earn that man. Rest that be, do not salute. Silence in the room like we on the mute. Like we on the mute. It's your man V-Styles.
Mars world, we never hesitate. You like a problem for y'all, you get your face hurt. You just run on the street, you gonna get worse. And when we get to the end, you're gonna get hurt. Get hurt. Remember the past, drinking all night, straight spending my cash. Let a fist fight, stay kicking some ass, having a blast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got no whip, put it in drive, yeah, I'm flying him. In my sports car when I'm on the trip. Living real good, yeah, cost the grip. Some random bitch, we ain't having it. Living like kings, like life is good. Got that love, better knock on wood. Win another hand, yeah, you wish you could. Talk a little slick, man, I wish you would. Saw your hand game, man, you ain't that good. Keep it simple, dog, hope it's understood. Train that could. I'm the train that could. Smile, we really dance out the day to fold. Salute to all men whose stories are told. With pride, we celebrate the days of old. It's time to recognize and honor the code. Save my life, stop that man from using that knife. Had a lot of sense where you just might. Coming with the heavy, never took it light. Breathe real hard, yeah, I know he's tight. If he was a bit, wouldn't lose his bite. Never missed a man that was in his sight. A really good dude, he was quite unlike. When it came to war, understood the plight. Honor that man, never had a gripe. Never come across, he was on the right. Talk is cheap, better watch your step. Had to check him out, gotta earn that rap. Rest in peace, do I salute. Silence in the room like we on the mute. Like we on the mute. It's your man V-Styles. Big salute to all my fallen soldiers. Days of old, I reminisce summertime gone. I never thought I would be in a war zone. Big salute, rest in peace to my man Tom. We got a rock on. In other words, in the early morning, we used to get
Tell the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Knock his fucking lights out. Yo, left, right, doesn't matter. Either way, I move you fast before you ever land a punch. Drop a dozen on your platter. Watch that target splatter. I'm such a fucking master. You can't even see the movement. All you do is feel the blast, bro. See when you was sleeping, I've been out here feasting. And while you was eating, I was buried to my knees in bloody guts and pepper. Said we can't make it beat them. I turned thoughts into a dream that they cannot achieve. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Yeah, I dig it, then blink and then I bleed him. And that's the way I leave him. The Lord of Billy Freedom, massacre of all the legions. I body the whole region and call it hunting season. Solidify my kingdom, kill them all without a reason. This is the sportsmanship, and it's pure as wrong. I caught you that is drawn from which true war we get born. The way my soul was born, stepped out with weapons drawn. Poured out my first breath, exhaled and dropped the bomb. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Your blood, guts, glory, pain. Feel that pressure, let that strain. That's what I survive on. That's what keeps me sane. Well, sane as I can be. Cause in my little brain, I got a few malfunctions. My shit don't work the same. Screws loose. Thanks a little bit out of my mind. Feel like I'm gonna die beside my rhyme. School keep me on the winning side. And I'm winning life. Winning life. I got my stripes. And I ain't never giving it a ray of light. I take no losses. I just rise. I just ride. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. Beat him till the light out. Knock his fucking lights out. creatures from the pits of hell.
Mistaken humans come out of the shell. Run this town.
Terrifying the people, eat one person
From
down.
underground. They came from committed bad sin when I pulled the pin.
Tell me how many years since the war began.
If the depths of hell is an origin,
I'ma grab a flesh wound and pour shit in.
inferior species.
You're a mangled human mixed with feces.
A disease parasitic freak from underground.
We gon' kick you out our town.
So why you heading earthbound?
We gon' be launching a Scott missile at you. Listen for the sound.
Give the man emotion.
Shoot for your legs that are by the ocean.
If the river runs blood, better bring your lotion.
They blocked all the sun like freaking
They came
scum.
from underground. They're stirring demons that hunger for blood to our sound.
Let's hit the deck without making a
We'll fight them
thud.
pound for pound. I think I saw one unloading. They came from underground.
To end their madness.
I put a slug to the cranium.
Smash it apart like a broken geranium in a pot.
Do you know what we got?
We got a photon missile and we're taking a shot.
The
Pow!
game's changed cause people are changing.
Humans rearrange into different strange things.
Aim for the brain, maintain no fainting.
Even pays by the cards and we're making change.
The devil,
At a molecular
you
level.
never stop our strive.
You know I'm a rebel.
Cross between a human and a rat.
We should end the misery with a baseball bat.
Electrify.
Ride like a pork chop. Won't stop rapping till the human race is on top.
Up in this place, I won't knock.
Even though the earth's surface is
They
scorching
came
hot.
from underground.
Despicable creatures with
So
mangled
they could
limbs.
knock us down. A pool of blood is where the bodies swim. Run this town.
Cocked and loaded, bout to pull the
They came
pin.
from underground. They came from underground. Despicable creatures with mangled limbs to our
A
sound.
pool of blood is where the bodies swim.
Pound for pound. Cocked and loaded, bout to pull. They came from underground.
Yeah, total madness. It's a problem, yeah. The world is over, it's a problem, and I love it. We can do this the simple way. I prefer to keep it complicated. No dreams and no hope. They've been terminated. Main focus on attacks and movement. Streets are dominated by pollution and mutants. Fight like a boss, time to trigger and finish them. Plan, seek, and devour flesh is how we live, friend. Mutated creatures should destroy is the purpose. I used to love the city, now I spit on its surface. No fears and no tears, that's the vision here. Stepping over bodies full of virus and cancers. I'm immune to it, fade in it, gaze in it. Get a rush from it when I see the earth moving. New day, new pain, new defense. All the death is in the city, criminals are the rampant. Survival of the fittest while the weakest still comatose. Yes, it's epidemic, spread like common cold. No hopes and no dreams. No cares and no fears. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. No hopes and no dreams. No cares and no fears. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. There is a memory, misery in the eye. A prospering humanity is on the decline. Reservoir radiation in mind. Hopeless, my kind of town. So you know what I'm hoping. Creatures so grotesque, a pain in my chest. What's this? A foreign agent burn a hole in my vest. Pain and struggle is the new form of happiness. Each step is nothing but decay of mutilation and madness. Unseen, been seen, too many leaving lanes. Regurgitated, some of them taking being. Parasitic agents, the smallest material. Can't see them, but they got the city still fearing them. As it's cold, and the bodies are rolled. We say the gated community, drops out, cell phone. No fear, no shame, no pain, no risk, chin check. You better keep spraying. It ain't over yet, but it will be over. Yes, the end is begun now. I love it, it's my kind of world. A lot of y'all scared. I can see y'all scared. Survival of the fittest. Will it be you? No hopes and no dreams. No cares and no fears. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. No hopes and no dreams. No cares and no fears. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. Do this the simple way. I prefer to keep it complicated. No dreams and no hope. They've been terminated. Main focus on attacks and movement. Streets are dominated by pollution and mutants. Fight like a boss, time to trigger and finish them. Plan, seek, and devour flesh is how we live, friends. Mutated creatures should destroy is the purpose. I used to love the city, now I spit on its surface. No fears and no tears, that's the vision here. Stepping over bodies full of virus and cancers. I'm immune to it, bathed in it, gaze in it. Get a rush from it when I see the earth plummet. New day, new pains, new defense. Smell of death is in the city, criminals running rampant. Survival of the fittest while the weakest lay comatose. Cancerous epidemics spreading like common cold. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless. No cares and no fears. I'm useless. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless. No cares and no fears. I'm useless. No hopes and no dreams. I'm useless. I'm useless 'cause I'm ruthless. There is a memory, misery in the eyes. A prospering humanity is on a decline. Reservoir radiation in mind. Hopeless, my kind of town. So you know what I'm open. Creatures so grotesque, a pain in my chest. What's this? A foreign agent burn a hole in my vest. Pain and struggle is the new form of happiness. Each step, you're smelling the decay of mutilation and madness. Unseen, been seen, too many leaving lean. Regurgitated from a mutated being. Parasitic agents, smallest material. Can't see them, but they got the city still feeling them. As it's cold, and the bodies are rolled. This ain't a gated community. Drops out, cell phone. No fear, no shame, no pain, no risk, chin check. You better keep spraying. It ain't over yet, but it will be over. Yeah. The end is begun now.
me. Everybody's testing me. I just wish they let me be. Because the ones that I love, they can't say and rescue me. I just need to set them free.
It's been so long since I felt the touch or seen a smile from the ones I love so much, and I feel the rush, but I gotta keep marching on, keep moving forward, keep my heartbeat strong. And I don't know what's right, but I know what's wrong. And I know this world been this way here for way too long. So I'm about to change the whole way that this planet's headed on and get in my way. There ain't no way that you won't be dead
This
and
world
gone.
is stressing me. Everybody's testing me. I just wish they let me be. Because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free.
Yeah, this land is littered with lunatics and killers. They smile like crocodiles while they beat you like gorillas. And I ain't like none of them, no I ain't one of them. Even though my hands stay bloody and got a gun in them. Yeah, I'm on a different path, headed to a different shore. Shit, most these cowards don't even know what they fighting for. They ain't got nothing left, nothing else, nothing more. But I got something for them, wait till they see what's in
This
store.
world is stressing me. Everybody's testing me. I just wish they let me be. Because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free.
I'm so sick of fighting, so sick of blood, so sick of screams in my dream scenes to wake me up. The shit I've seen, no you couldn't even make it up. It got me in a state where I feel my mental breaking up. But I can't give up, I can't give in. Cause the moment that I do is when the other side wins. So I keep fighting, battling my enemies until I reach my destiny. Or there ain't nothing left
This
of
world
me.
is stressing me. Everybody's testing me. I just wish they let me be. Because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free. This world is stressing me. Everybody's testing me. I just wish they let me be. Because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free. I just need to set them free. I just need to set them free.
Find you. We all caught up in it, cause we all brought up in it. The hardship we endure is just a part of living. All the hearts we break, that's just a part of building. All the parts we take, that's just a part of giving. You don't see it, what you seeing is hidden. And when they hide it, they don't want no one to find it forbidden. And when they lying, then it's really only truth that they spitting. If you believe them, then it's really just a lie that's been written. It's kinda hard to try to figure out the science religion. Cause all the hate that you spraying is really love that's misgiven. And all the love that you craving is just a hateful incision. And when our souls cradle, then it's in a grave or in prison. The state we live in ain't the way we envisioned. When we were babies, there were so many ways we were left wishing. But now the world has been pulled over these eyes that they glisten. And now that glimmer of hope won't even shine in a prism. The things that you conceal, they can't hide you. The things that you reveal, they can't guide you. What you thought was real is just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. The things that you detest are deep inside you. The things that you possess, they only ride you. The words that you confess are just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. Ways we were magic are often painful and tragic. Your final places always aimless, filled with anger and havoc. And all the angels and magic couldn't re-angle the traffic. And this disgrace of a place is left to his demons and addicts. There ain't no way to try to come back from these episodes. They'll leave you lost until you find that truth to rest. Cause when the human mind is nothing more than vegetables, it's so easy to spray and say there's nothing left to go. That's the point, is as they grow it, they don't want you to know it. So they dress it up like it's pretty when it's really eroding. And they make it out to be silly when it's really impotent. And yeah, they call it your partner when it's really your opponent. The things that you conceal, they can't hide you. The things that you reveal, they can't guide you. What you thought was real is just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. The things that you detest are deep inside you. The things that you possess, they only ride you. The
is to find you.
Guess who's back? Chitter chat, I ain't really into that. I just like to counteract on the point of the attack. Check my resume, it can happen any day. They trying to wipe us out, but then again, I got something to say. Who's the enemy? Is it you or to be the opposition? My position's taken out relentlessly. They taking chemistry released in my vicinity. Made friend to wipe out humankind and all its history. Leave it up to me, I'm not gonna let it be. I'm a roll my horse and will take control by any means. Before my weaponry, if that will see it till the end. You think that I'm a pawn? Don't let the game begin. Okay, it's time, my friend, you'll be in to see my raps. Now, but we'll see who has the last laugh. You're standing in my path while I'm about to smash. Don't worry, it's over in the flash. It doesn't make a difference who's gonna end up missing or being bad in a state of critical condition. Okay, the competition is getting on my nerves. If you can feel the heat, then you're already burned. Make the confetti turn, I'm trying to duck the germ. And if you're in my way, it's an unlucky turn. I'm not a lucky learn, a little data fool. I graduated honors, exterminator school. I'm in the hurting dudes, what would you do if you were me? Well, it don't really matter, cause I'm just doing me. I must pursue the key, what's the answer to my quest? It's either you or me, not make a choice, no regret. Okay, it's time, my friend, you'll be in to see my raps. Now, but we'll see who has the last laugh. You're standing in my path while I'm about to smash. Don't worry, it's over in a flash. I can't detain my friend, I'm a soldier to the death. Look around, there ain't too many left. Watch your step, first move is a doozy. You thought you had a chance, you could've fooled me. What I need to do is go in a violent rage. Is it that the code living in the final days? I'm living in the cage, look around, it's full of crap. The people hanging on, feasting on the scraps. What's the haps? It's a trap full of madness. Emotions out the window is a form of a past tense ashes. Do you wanna maintain or get deleted from mistaken life for just a game? Okay, it's time, my friend, you'll be in to see my raps. Now, but we'll see who has the last laugh. They're standing in my path while I'm about to smash. Don't worry, it's over in a flash. He thought it was a game. It could be over in a flash.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Time for some action, can't get no satisfaction until my steel toe crashes head on collision. What's happening? This swinging, face smashing, no need to crashing. And you better not interrupt when the cycles are clashing. DJ bring it, so I can bust, slang the street. With the Sammy Otto, not the sea dashes hollows. I broke too much feet to swallow. Can't keep up with me to follow. Sound check is over, show just begun. Try to escape from so it's don't run. Nowhere to run to. This ain't nothing like kung fu, more like watch what you gun do. Like the poppers pop shots and the breakers break jaws. They don't box, they crawl, they don't make beats, they make war. Got kicks and stairs for ya, we take the band for ya. Heard what I said, snatch some dreads out your head, oh yeah. So you can dance around, you won't last around. Then act a clown, you don't know, you better ask around. We do the show, watch it take. I got the mic in my hand, I'm ready to go. Set the mic in my hand, I'm ready to go. Let's go, now, start the show. Before it starts the show, I got the mic in my hand, I'm ready to go. Set the mic in my hand, let's go. Let's go, now, start the show. Just wait before it starts the show, yo. This ain't no dance battle, this here is suicide. That mean when you step in the ring, you know one thing, you will die. Death is certain, more than a hurting on you is curtains. Disturb me while I'm waiting, you end up patient, and I'm the surgeon. And Susan rearrange your organs, or just hot or scorching. Broaden mutated organs, aborted the native orders. We rebels with a cause, orders in motion. Poison is potion, I'm open. You can examine my opus, you think I'm joking. Leave to the show, watch it take. It's not out of control, there's no way.
think they can take me out, but I body rappers, man. I'm a beast, and you know it don't stop. Don't stop, stop. Spitting with that venom till they drop, drop. Hitting them with everything you got. Skill, show them how you rock, rock. Don't stop, stop. Don't move. Check it, the who's who. What reckon get too bruised to recognize who's who. You step up and you lose everything you prove. Troops and weaponry, no truce, just second string. Who's left to check the keys? Make slay them quick as they come. Wait up, my kick is a ton. Straight at the tip of my tongue, playing that. Sharpen for carving these diamonds. Talk with an arm with a line. It's far from an awful assignment. They call it rhyming, but I'm calling it war. And I'm calling for more. As I sharpen my sword, watch it fall to the floor. From a crow to a cross, battling part of my soul. Shattering thoughts of a course of action. I call for withdrawal. The flow ain't letting you go. And so ain't the head that I roll. But don't get ahead of you, bro. Or you'll be the head that is rolling. Mic check, time's up. Next defendant get him primed up and dying. Line him up, line him up. Don't stop, stop. Spitting with that venom till they drop, drop. Hitting up with everything you got. Got skill, show them how you rock, rock. Don't stop, stop, don't stop, stop. Spitting with that venom till they drop, drop. Hitting up with everything you got. Got skill, show them how you rock, rock. Don't stop, stop. Yo, I syllables take this killing for quick when I'm with this skillfully spit with a liquid flow. Take a sip and then tip the pro. And then typical planet to penetrate mental and physical. Dental effect for permanent temporal curse with a precious flow. Ain't no slow when to stop. It's falling apart and it can't correct the picture. That's why the bombs are dropping over the top of my underground style. Under abundance of clouds, rowdiest crowds try to jump at my crown, but I'm hunting them down and I'm cutting them down. Getting blood to my sound, just a stump when I'm found. Ain't no trust in my pound, just some ravenous moves, battered and bruised. Animals that are known for damage and fools. Cannibalistic natures, savages spitting danger. Cats on a trip to take us, pack them to meet the major. So like check, time's up. Next defendant get them primed up for time. Line them up, don't stop, stop. Spitting with that venom till they drop, drop. Hitting them with everything you got. Got skill, show them how you rock, rock. Don't stop, stop, don't stop, stop. Spitting with that venom till they drop, drop. Hitting them with everything you got. Got skill, show them how you rock, rock. Don't stop, stop. See the difference between them and me is I'm a real MC. I was born for battling. I was bred for this, man. So I tell you what, keep lining them up and lining them up, and I'll keep knocking them down. That's right, man. Muse 1, scribbling idiots. And we out. Trust me, son. You don't really want it. You step up, you will get beat down. Check. I'm strong-arming them, bomb harder and slaughter the common men. Conquering all combatants, compliments on my dominance. My prominence, leaving them petrified. They get the consequence of stepping high. Their opulence is set aside, my providence can rectify. Check it, I'm the baddest man alive. Damn it, planets with a jab, the savage beast will not survive. I'm the king, set the swing on any thinking across me. Next to blink gets lost with me, set them deep in the coffin. Feet below the earth, underground, my stomping ground. Thoughts was round when I'm in town, rocking the ground with shock just by walking around. May they never rest in peace, only I rest on them and inaudible requiem. Hit hard to the chest of them, I beckon up. Who want it standing on a mountain peak as the blood of my enemy drip on my fists and they heap at my feet. They want a beat, they getting grounded to oblivion. A synonym of sinister, the end is what I'm giving them. Yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges call through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as they hand them the yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges call through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as they hand them the yo. A haymaker, slave player, shake haters greater than a golden state. Go break the golden gate, leave them in a swollen state. Holding weight that motivates the fake to go escape before I'm breaking straight and load my hate until they face. Hold it, wait, everything you own I take. Editing my enemies, no weaponry will slow my pace. Generous with genocide and those standing in my way. Settle them like sediment, my throne is planted on their graves. Send your sympathy for homelessness and your meekness for holy rolls. Yo, I got a bone to pick and it's the female of a foe. Slow your roll, a genius with a mean fist and a broken goal. Hold your hope, beating me if suddenly you're feeling bold. You all a beast and you're the bottom of my food chain. Show you I'm the chief and leave you rocking on my crusade. You brought at least another option to amuse me. Quote me, I will fix upon your heart before you move. Yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges call through the battles and brawl. I stand and they fall as I hand them the yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the handling. Yo, who want it? Knuckles clenched, blood drenched, scared. Yo, who want it? Come stepping hungry, get fed. Yo, who want it? Hearing all the challenges called through the battles and brawl. Standing and fall as they handle their jaw. Don't say I didn't warn you, son. Don't blame me when you get cut down. Should've known better. Muse one. Take a look at me and tell me, do you think I like living like this?
This world is stressing me, everybody's testing me. I just wish they'd let me be, because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free.
It's been so long since I felt the touch or seen a smile from the ones I love so much, and I fear the worst, but I gotta keep marching on, keep moving forward, keep my heartbeat strong. And I don't know what's right, but I know what's wrong, and I know this world been this way for way too long. So I'm about to change the whole way that this planet's headed. Only get in my way, there ain't no way that you won't be there.
This world is stressing me, everybody's testing me. I just wish they'd let me be, because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free.
Yeah, this land is littered with lunatics and killers. They smile like crocodiles while they beat you like gorillas. And I ain't like none of them, no I ain't one of them, even though my hands stay bloody and got a gun in them. Yeah, I'm on a different path, headed to a different shore. Shit, most these cowards don't even know what they fighting for. They ain't got nothing left, nothing else, nothing more. But I got something for them, wait till they see what's in store.
This world is stressing me, everybody's testing me. I just wish they'd let me be, because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free.
I'm so sick of fighting, so sick of blood, so sick of screams in my dream scenes to wake me up. The shit I've seen, no you couldn't even make it up. It got me in a state where I feel my mental break it up. But I can't give up, I can't give in, cause the moment that I do is when the other side wins. So I keep fighting, battling my enemies until I reach my destiny, or there ain't nothing left.
This world is stressing me, everybody's testing me. I just wish they'd let me be, because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free. This world is stressing me, everybody's testing me. I just wish they'd let me be, because the ones that I love, they in pain, saying rescue me. I just need to set them free. I just need to set them free. I just need to set them free.
Yeah! Trick darkness, land of decay. Total madness. The world is over, and I love it. The simple way, I prefer to keep it complicated. No dreams and no hope, they've been terminated. Make focus on attacks and movements. Streets are dominated by pollution and mutants. But like the boss, time to trigger and finish them. Plan seeking the power, blessings how we live and reign. Mutated creatures to destroy the purpose. I used to love the city, now I spit on its surface. No fears and no tears, that's the vision here. Stepping over bodies full of virus and cancers. I'm immune to it, pain and engaging it. Get a rush from it when I see the earth plummet. New day, new pain, new defense. Smell of justice in the city, criminals running rampant. Survival of the fittest while the wicked stay comatose. Cancerous epidemics spreading like common cold. No hopes and no dreams, no cares and no fears, no hopes and no dreams, I'm losing drugs, no hopes and no dreams, no cares and no fears, no hopes and no dreams, I'm losing drugs, this was a memory, misery in the eyes. A prospering humanity is on a decline. There's a bar radiation in mind. Hopeless, my kind of town, so you know what I'm open. Creatures so grotesque, a pain in my chest. What's this? A foreign agent burn a hole in my vest. Pain and struggle is the new form of happiness. Each step is smelling of decay, of mutilation and madness. Unseen, been seen, too many leaving lean. Regurgitated from a mutated being. Parasitic agents, small as material. Can't see them, but they got the city still fearing them. Heads explode, and the bodies are roll. This ain't a gated community. Drop tops, cell phones. No fear, no shame, no pain, no rest in death. You better keep spraying.
way that you can hide from the past. I'm a mess, I body anything that take a breath. On my left, there's a pile of body thinking in myself, and on my right, it's 100 scared souls screaming help. And they scattered trying to get away, but they gon' be in the day, cause they no way they ever had a chance to contend with me. Cause see, I kill them all, I couldn't kill them all. See the me of them, and my blood ain't about to spill it all. Cause I'm the hunter, not the hunter. And for an enemy, I guarantee that they don't want me. It's something just a little different by how I run. See, maybe it's the way I turn my enemies to lunch meat, or maybe it's the way I smash everything in front of me. They don't want it, I do it so easy, it's funny, G. I turn a vet into a wannabe and do it to the death. I put him in their final scene. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I couldn't kill them all, I couldn't kill them all. Yeah, 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 yeah. I couldn't kill them all, I couldn't kill them all. Yeah, 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 yeah. I couldn't kill them all, I couldn't kill them all. Yeah, 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 yeah. I couldn't kill them all, I couldn't kill them all. Yeah, I can see the fear in their faces, and here when I come out of the box, I leave them faceless. It almost makes it strange for me to break them bones, but now I break so many that it's basic. They tell me have mercy, I hit them with a glory. Show them the dark side, then give them hell's fury. Now show me somebody on the planet that handle that, and I'll show you a body that's open just like a saddlebag. Candle wax, that's how I melt them down, my aim flawless.